Hello, this is Knight Ministries. I am your host, Jeremy Knight. Don't forget to stick around to the end of the video for a code word you can put in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video and enjoy the show. Okay. Hello, in this video we are going to be talking about why young Earth Creationism should not be taught as doctrine, and why it should not be treated as a salvation issue. Young Earth Creationism is not doctrine. It should not be taught as doctrine, and it should not be treated as a salvation issue, because it is not a salvation issue. But yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. And I'm going to give some biblical reasons and some scientific reasons as to why young Earth Creationism should not be taught as doctrine, and should not be treated as a salvation issue. Okay? Okay, so here's the deal. I am an old Earth Creationist. That means I accept the whole billions of years thing for the age of the universe and the age of the Earth. I accept mainstream science on Big Bang Theory and all that stuff. I accept it. And I combine mainstream science, Big Bang Theory, billions of years for the age of the Earth. I combine all of that with my Christian faith. So yes, I do believe that stuff. I do believe the mainstream science. And the other thing is, I think that all the churches in the Bible Belt that try to teach young Earth Creationism as doctrine are wrong, and their philosophy is flawed. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. And this video is going to be part of my Helping Young Earth Creationists with the Bible series, which is a series I often abandon and come back to on several occasions. I'm coming back to it in this video. So, yeah. So, an author I'm going to be referring to in a lot of these upcoming videos will be this guy, Hugh Ross, author of Navigating Genesis and a few other books. So yeah, I'm going to be referring to him a lot in this video, okay? Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I really enjoyed Hugh Ross's book, Navigating Genesis, and I honestly do think that his book should be required reading for most Christians. I am suggesting that Hugh Ross's book, Navigating Genesis, be required reading because it's a really good book, and it really helps with understanding the first 11 chapters of Genesis. So if you haven't read it, you really should. Okay? Okay. Right now I want to talk about Noah's Ark. You know, his boat? I want to talk about that boat a little bit. There are a lot of young Earth creationists out there that think that dinosaurs were on the Ark. No. No, they were not. Dinosaurs were not on the Ark. Dinosaurs were extinct long before the Genesis flood event even happened, which also was not global. The Noah flood was not global. It was a locally huge flood, and there were no dinosaurs on the Ark. Dinosaurs went extinct long before the flood event even happened. 65 million years ago, dinosaurs went extinct. The last of the dinosaurs went extinct 65 million years ago. And that would have been long before humans ever even existed. let alone for the flood event occurring. It would have been long before any of that. Dinosaurs went extinct. Humans and dinosaurs never coexisted. So Noah didn't have to put any dinosaurs on the ark because they weren't around. Get that through your skulls, you young Earth creationists. Dinosaurs were not around during the flood. They just weren't. Because they went extinct a long time ago. 65 million years ago. So no, dinosaurs were not on the ark. Get that through your skulls. Okay? If you can't tell, yes, I do believe there was a Genesis flood. I just do not believe that it was global. I believe it was a locally huge flood, just like it's argued for in this book, locally huge. This book has 2 chapters in it on evidence for the flood being locally huge in the sense of how much land it covered, but this book also argues for a flood that destroyed most of humanity, nearly all of humanity. Right here in chapter 16, it gives biblical evidence, basically arguing that the phrase that Genesis was set up in such a way that the boundaries of the ocean would never cover the entire planet, arguing that in Job and Psalms it affirms that that the oceans have not covered the entire planet since the days of creation. That the oceans have their boundaries and dry land has its boundaries. And it also argues in here that in the New Testament, in 2 Peter 3, that it refers to the flood as being local in the sense that it mentions the word cosmos with the modifier tot, communicating that it was the world of Noah, not the world of the Romans. So the world of Noah is qualified to be smaller than the world of the Romans, which is also qualified to be bigger than the world of Noah, but also smaller than the entire globe. So, yeah, even the New Testament writes it as though the flood was not global. And then over here in chapter 17 with the scientific evidence, you have your geographical markers, even has maps here showing how big the flood would have been. According to this, rapid tectonic movements would have led to the Earth being boiled over and cooked over and not flooded. Some flood models call for rapid tectonic movements, and that would have just turned the Earth into a lava world. It would not have flooded the Earth. It would have just turned it into a lava world, killing all of everyone. We would have been woefully screwed. Radiometric decay rates work against the flood. Astronomical evidence works against the global flood idea. Core drill evidence works against the global flood idea. Basically, everything in science works against it. Tree rings work against it. Ice cores, that work against it. Biodeposits, even that stuff works against it. There's the tsunami problem. If the flood happened the way the young Earth creationists think it did, there would have been an overabundance of tsunamis, and that would have also worked against it, because too many tsunamis and you wind up overturning the boat and just drowning everyone. So yeah, nothing really works in their favor. Absolutely nothing. The point here is that it stands to reason that the flood would have had to have been local. Which means it's impossible for it to be global. Okay? Another thing that the book points out is that young Earth creationists seem to ignore the fact that there's not enough water on the Earth to flood the entire planet. There never has been. There's never been enough water on the Earth to flood the entire planet. So, young Earth creationists ignore the fact that there isn't enough water to do what they're trying to do. They ignore all the scientific evidence that works against them, and literally everything just does not work in their favor. So the Noah flood has to be a local flood, if it even occurred in the first place, which I do think it did. So it has to be a local flood. Okay? Okay, let's talk about the fact that dinosaurs are not even mentioned in the Bible. Yes, that is correct. Dinosaurs are not even mentioned in the Bible. They're not mentioned in Genesis, they're not mentioned in Job. They're just not in there. Dinosaurs are not mentioned in the Bible. The behemoth was a hippo, and the leviathan was a crocodile. That's even explained in most commentaries. It's explained in most commentaries that the behemoth was a hippo and the leviathan was a crocodile. So, no. The animals we know as dinosaurs were not mentioned at all in the Bible, which makes sense because it was written for all generations, and since the dinosaurs are only known to recent generations, they would not have been mentioned. So, no, dinosaurs are not mentioned in the Bible. No matter how much you want to try to manipulate the text to try to say that they are, they just aren't. Okay? Dinosaurs are not in the Bible. Okay? Okay, so as far as the interpretation I use for Genesis chapters 1 to 11, especially Genesis chapters 1 and 2, I tend to use the day-age or framework interpretations, viewing them as more of a combination of literal and allegorical chapters. So that's right, I take the first 11 chapters of Genesis as being both literal and allegorical. Not one or the other, both. This book tends to argue for the day-age interpretation. It also mentions the gap theory and the framework interpretation as well. I've owned a lot of different Bibles with different types of commentary on Genesis in them, and all the Bibles I have ever seen with commentaries in them when it comes to Genesis, they usually go either arguing for gap theory, arguing for framework, arguing for day-age, or they'll take the A&E approach. I have never once seen a Bible commentary argue for a young Earth in Genesis. I'm pretty sure they don't exist. I could be wrong, but I have never seen a Bible argue for a young Earth. Not in the commentary, anyways. All the Bible scholars that I've ever seen always argue for the old Earth view, which I think is the wiser view. The old Earth creationism, in my opinion, is the wiser view. That's what Hugh Ross argues for in this book. He argues for the old Earth creationist view, which is also the view I take. I am an old Earth creationist, so I take the old Earth creationist view as well. I accept Big Bang Theory. I accept the whole billions of years for the age of the Earth and the age of the universe. That's 4.5 billion for Earth and 13.8 billion for the universe. So yeah, I accept those ages. And I combine them with my faith in Christianity and the Bible. I don't see any conflicts between science and the Bible. I think that science and the Bible are allies and should work together and can live in harmony with each other. I don't know why people see conflicts between the two, because I don't see them. And any conflicts that people have tried to talk about and write about are all only surface deep. They're just the appearance of conflict. The conflicts go away as you dig deeper into the subject. As you read on and study more, the conflicts disappear. Especially if you're looking at it from an old Earth Creationist point of view. The conflicts will disappear as you study more and more. Okay? Okay, I would like to end this video the same way I began it, because I think that would be the best way to end this video. I began this video by begging churches in the Bible Belt to stop teaching young Earth creationism as doctrine. So, I'm going to end this video the same way I began it. Please, churches in the Bible Belt, stop teaching young Earth creationism as doctrine. You are making the rest of the church look stupid. Please stop it. Young Earth creationism is not doctrine. Stop treating it as such. Okay? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell. And follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. This is Jeremy Knight, and I just wanted to say, see you next time.